But
Okay,
in
I
the same
want to
line,
ask you this then, because with all the stuff you've been through personally, how do you deal with all of that? That's daily trauma. Like I think I hit you up one time and was like, it hit me because I've been in the hospital a lot with my mama. You know, uh, those of y'all that fool with me for real, y'all know about my mother's health. My most popular record to date is Mama Sick, about my mother's health. So I've been dealing with a lot of doctors and nurses and all that kind of stuff. And I know the value of y'all. I know the value of y'all. I see the nurse and the CNAs, shout out to them as well. I see y'all way more than I see the doctor. You feel me? I saw them way more than I saw the doctor in terms of my mama was something else. My mama a firecracker. You know what I'm saying? So she could be, and y'all deal with that. Uh, but I think I hit you up one time and was like, how you do this? Because when you work in the hospital, you're dealing with somebody in their family on their worst day. Always on their worst day. Okay? Because they're in the hospital and you're dealing with the potential of them losing a loved one, or you're dealing with that person leaving here, him or herself. Whereas I know a lot of folks looked at me, some of y'all even say, okay, well, I can never be you. I can't deal with these 4 kids. I can't deal with these 4 kids. I couldn't be no teacher. And people say that, but I got a you. I got Justin Ellis. I got Herman Jones. Just
I leave
hollering.
my boy Justin out. I ain't say his name all
You
night.
know what I'm saying? I
Shout
got
out to
Todd
Jay
Dickens.
Ellis.
I got these kids from Fairham. I got all these kids. Y'all love me. It was many days we laughing. Y'all crack me up. Some of the slang I still use to this day is from y'all. Like I slick. Y'all put me on there getting these hands. I get that from my youngest. Like there were times we just laugh and we're enjoying things.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have those days though. Like you're dealing with people every day in which it's gut wrenching stuff going on, you know? So, how in the world do you do that and maintain your sanity?
You gotta take care of self first, man. You can't. One thing you gotta learn about yourself is if you're not okay, you can't be productive and you can't be beneficial to somebody else. So, my husband, Jaleel King, is my outlet. So, when I'm faced with a lot of difficult stuff at work, when he's a fourth and fifth grade math and science teacher. When
Salute.
he when he's faced with his difficulties at work, we take that time out after work, even if it's 30 minutes to an hour, and vent. We vent. Tell me about your kids. Tell me about your kids. Well, if we have to see them the next day, how can we show them a way to feel better? How can we, if you notice that your student was having a bad day, or I knew my mom was uneasy, it don't end when we clock out. That's life. That's reality. And I can say I learned that from you. Like, even, from other people that have inspired me in my life, my mom, like, work don't end when you clock out. So I carry that. Some nights I don't sleep, speaking realistically. I go to sleep if I had a hard day with one of my patients, or if one of my babies was good today but they had a setback today, I'm gonna go home thinking about that. So that can be a battle for me sometimes. It can be overwhelming sometimes. And sometimes, despite what you going through, you gotta suit up and boot up and put your poker face on. You gotta go help somebody else. Sometimes you got to put yourself second. Mentally and physically and health wise, you got to keep yourself apart to take care of somebody else, but you also got to keep your mental healthy, because I'm a 25-year-old newlywed. One day my husband is going to want to have his first child. I have to deal with what I've seen already. I have to deal with the stories that, I've met several diabetic moms. I've
Lord have
met several
mercy.
diabetic moms. I have seen some unstable patients. I have seen that. I've seen that. So it becomes life. It becomes reality. We have to
Like
talk
that,
about
like
it.
that just did something to me because that made me think like, dog, you thinking about okay, y'all one day having kids, but the horror that you sometimes have to see might make you like, whoa, I don't know about this.
Yeah,
Dang.
I have come to that point. Like,
Pay these nurses. Pay these nurses. America, y'all set up here and gave lip service to these nurses in the middle of this pandemic. Y'all to set up here and thank y'all for being heroes and thank y'all for being essential and all this kind of stuff. But y'all need to pay them properly as well.
and
Pay them for what
I
they
feel
do for
like my
real.
job is hard in itself, because again, I'm not just taking care of the baby. I'm taking care of baby and mom. She has her anxiety. She at the time, let's take a step back in my career. Last year when I started, I was working in an environment where it wasn't safe for the baby's development, meaning there were a room full of loud monitors, alarms, parents, as many know, parents and NICU parents show and tell their stories all the time, even the most difficult ones of them losing their fight against the NICU, like they share that. So imagine being that nurse who has to be in there and witness not only your patient but another patient declining. You have to console the mom who was there to see her baby but accidentally saw this other baby decline. So you got to deal with that. Like you have to take care of several moms at that point. But shout out to Mississippi and Kathy and Joe Sanderson for the new tower built at the facility where I'm working. They have provided private rooms for these nurses. For these nurses and parents and babies, which has made a turnaround in clinical status and patient care and quality of life. But then we were hit in the face with the coronavirus.
Let's get into that.